Hey everyone, Couch Investor back to another video for today. So as promised in the last video about the three key pillars for NVIDIA's future when it comes to the whole AI, let's call it revolution, I'm going to focus on one specific part of the subscription segment. Of course, NVIDIA has been offering software for years and years. We have Omniverse, AI, Drive, and now we have many other aspects of that business as well. So in this video, I want to focus on the creative tools, right? We have the professional visualization segment of the business. The picture will pop up on the screen with the different segments that NVIDIA is reporting during each and every quarter. Hopefully in the future, we might have maybe another segment that will be reported, the subscription side, software subscription. I think that would be very, very useful. Now, why is this important? Because one, the announcements of DGX Cloud, right? If you don't know what that is basically the AI factory, they call it. And they even say it here, NVIDIA's DGX Cloud is a multi-node AI training as a service solution optimized for the unique demands of enterprise AI. Now, if you go and want to try it out, you have to fill in some things, and when they ask you how much you want to spend, it starts from 0 to $500,000, then $500,000 to $1 million, and then $1 million to two or more. So these are not small budgets, of course, but this allows suddenly a lot of companies to have access to something that was very, very limited before. And again, DGX Cloud is just the platform, is just the bottom layer. On top of that, they are going to build, and they are building a lot of other services, such as one of the ones that they announced during Jensen's keynote, which is Picasso. Of course, they talked about NeMo, BioNeMo as well. We talked a little bit about that in the other video. If you want to check that out, it's going to be in the top right corner. But why did I choose Picasso? Because the creator economy, movies, graphic designers, etc., it's extremely big. How big? Well, to put it into context, I asked Bing or ChatGPT in Bing. So how big is the graphic designer industry? It says here, and I'm just going to read the second one because it's a bit more, let's say, up to date. A report by Exposure predicts that in 2023, the global graphic design market size will be $45 billion. Now, how much does the film industry spend on CGI? So there are two things here. According to a report by Statista, the average cost of CGI, animation, and 3D effects amounted to $33.7 million per movie in 2018. The report also shows that the average production cost of CGI, 3D, and animation effects per movie in the United States from 2008 to 2018 was $31.7 million. Why is this important? Well, because you're going to see later on in this video that an Oscar-winning movie is actually using some of this software that we're going to go over today. Now, as for a little introduction for the next parts of this video, so how many images does Getty Images have? So according to Wikipedia, Getty Images has a library of over 477 million assets, which includes stock images, editorial photography, video, and music for business and consumers. Okay, next up, how many assets does Shutterstock have? So according to a review by Media One, Shutterstock library boasts over 350 million images with an additional 1 million assets being added each week. Of course, if you watched the last video, you know that these companies have partnered up with NVIDIA when it comes to the Picasso segment. And so before we jump into NVIDIA Picasso, and I'm going to ask you a very, very difficult question. It's to rate 3 pictures down in the comments below. 3 pictures of cats. One that has been generated by NVIDIA Picasso, which you can see in the video that will be played in just a couple of seconds. The other one by Midjourney, and the third one by Adobe Firefly. Finally, I got access to that, so we're going to play around with that in this video. I'm going to do maybe another video specifically talking about Adobe if some of you are interested in that. But if you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, I would really, really appreciate that. And if you want to support me even further, do check out the link down in the description and in the pinned comment to get the top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to food.com/couchinvestor. So, NVIDIA Picasso, and yes, this is the cat, but I'm going to pop up all 3 cats on the screen and you will have to basically rate them from best to worst in the comment section below. They will be marked A, B, and C. So please do that in the comments. Now, NVIDIA Picasso, which is a cloud service for building and deploying generative AI-powered image, video, and 3D application. So what is NVIDIA Picasso? What we just read, plus enterprises, software creators, and service providers can run inference on their models, train NVIDIA Edify Foundation models on proprietary data, or start from pre-trained models to generate image, video, and 3D content from text prompts. Picasso service is fully optimized for GPUs and streamlines training, optimization, and inference on NVIDIA DGX Cloud. Again, this is the infrastructure, the bottom line here, and everything that I just explained. You can basically visualize this in this picture right here. And so, what's the big deal here? Well, the big deal is basically this. So, NVIDIA Edify state-of-the-art generative AI foundation models. So, you first have here on the left, let's see if you can see everything. Yes, you can. So text to image. Text to image is something that I think most people in that industry are already a bit familiar with that. So text to image, you write something, same thing with the cat, for example. You write something and the image pops up. You can do this in Midjourney as well. Very, very cool. Then text to video, this is where things get a little bit more complicated. Again, you write something that you want to see, move, and then the AI basically creates that, let's call it, scene. Now imagine what might happen in the future where you get, I don't know, to a better version. I don't know which version this is, maybe 2, 3, maybe 4. But let's say you get to version 10. Maybe people can just write a whole movie script and text to video, there you have it, you have your movie. Could be pretty insane. And as you've seen before, CGI spent in movies is quite a lot. And then number 3 here is text to 3D. Instead of you going into one of the software programs that where you have to spend hours and hours choosing which texture to use to build a house, see if it works, etc. You just write it and you get a 3D model, plug and play, and you're ready to go. So of course they announced a couple of partnerships already. One with Adobe, which I think will be the most successful one because it already has, right, all the programs, Photoshop, Premiere Pro, After Effects, etc. And now if you add Picasso to it, the value creation here is pretty big, as you will see with Firefly. Then Adobe already has millions of subscribers. So with just a click of a button, all those millions of users get exposure to this great technology. Then of course, Getty Images, Shutterstock, we've seen before how big their database is, how crucial this is when it comes to, well, AI generating pictures, objects, etc., to be licensed, not to be pirated, for example. I think partnerships like this is very, very important as well. And then, as I said before, remember I said that Hollywood, a Oscar-winning movie from Hollywood, actually already used some of these softwares, especially one that is called Runway. So Runway uses AI to generate video in any style, like we've seen before, text to video. So they have already had some experience with that, but they do way more than that. For example, you can click on an object in a scene, green screen effect, and yeah, that you're done. You can take away the subject or you can change the background very, very fast, very, very easily. Which movie did that? Well, the Oscar-winning one, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Very, very funny, silly scene, as you can see on the screen right here. The Rock Universe, let's call it, or Stone Universe, whatever they named it. They used this software very, very quickly, very, very easily done. The stick is removed, the ropes are removed, and you have a scene. And now as an example for Adobe, right, the partnership we've seen, but Adobe released their own here, Adobe Firefly. So this is a beta version, but again, I put the same prompt NVIDIA used in their presentation. So a photo of a cute cat with lots of holy colors sprayed on its face during Holi, colorful smoke in the background. I believe Holi is a festival in India, if I'm not mistaken. And so you click, let's say, let's do it live here. Let's click refresh. And let's see what happens. Of course, in the meantime, I can explain what happens here on the side. You can change styles, whatever you want. Actually, this picture right here is much better than the one we had before. So maybe I'll use this one for the for the test at the start of this video. But basically you can choose your content here: photo, graphic, art, and then steampunk, cyberpunk, cubism, baroque, you name it. And this really is a game changer, right? Because not everyone has either the time or maybe the experience to start creating pictures from scratch. Take a picture outside, maybe find a subject or whatnot, put it into Photoshop, After Effects, start editing, start making some retouches, as we say in Flemish, and then create a great image or 3D object or even a video. So having this breakthrough where it's just those, as I said in the last video, those that will have the best, let's say, English programming language, those that can describe what they really want the best in the best way, will get the best results. And I think this is very, very important to note. You don't have to be a C++, JavaScript, Python, you name it, genius. No, you just have to know the English language, and maybe they will add other languages as well to be very, very good at describing exactly what you want. Of course, once you've got that picture and you still want to make some changes, you can do that in your dedicated software program, 100%. But this just shows you how big the opportunity is right now and how many doors will be open to many, many creators out there. Now, to end this video, I want to go over a couple of earnings calls that where they mentioned actually subscription. No, not just subscription, Picasso and things we've seen before, but actually they also mentioned Nemo a couple of quarters back already. So first up is here Q1 of 2023. So the creator economy is estimated at $100 billion and powered by 80 million individual creators and broadcasters. We continued to build out GeForce Now cloud gaming service. Now gamers can access RTX 3080 class streaming, our new top tier offering with subscription plans of $19.99 a month. So here, one of the most popular probably subscription plans right now that NVIDIA is offering. Of course, this will change over time when you have maybe NVIDIA Drive being in tens of 20 million of cars in the future. But first of all, I know some might say, oh, RTX 3080, what about the 40 series? I think you will be able to upgrade whenever that will be available, and the pricing might change. I don't know for sure, but we'll see what happens with that. As they mentioned right here, upgrades to an RTX 4080 rig when available. And so this is Q3 of 2023 of their fiscal year. So they already talked here about Nemo and BioNemo, but they also talk about Omniverse here. This is available in the cloud as well, another subscription plan. So the goal of all of this is to move the NVIDIA platform full stack offboarding the cloud so that we can engage customers much more quickly, and customers could engage our software if they would like to use it in the cloud. It's per GPU instance hour. If they would like to utilize our software on-prem, they could do it through software license. And so license and subscription. Of course, the question here was about this. So licensing, subscription, the same could be said about NVIDIA Drive, for example. And last thing here is Q4 of 2023, where they mentioned again the success here of GeForce Now cloud gaming service continue to expand in multiple dimensions, users, titles, and performance. It now has more than 25 million members in over 100 countries. They also talk about their agreement with Microsoft here and 10-year partnership to bring GeForce Now Microsoft lineup of Xbox PC games, which includes blockbusters like Minecraft, Halo, Flight Simulator, and maybe once the Microsoft Activision acquisition is done, you'll have titles like Call of Duty and Overwatch. And now when it comes to the graph. So, of course, we've seen a huge run up since the start of this year, since the lows back in October. But more recently, this thing has not stopped going up and up and up. Now, yes, RSI on a weekly basis, we are now officially oversold. When it comes to the MACD, extremely bullish here. Now, where are we exactly on the moving averages here? Well, we're above the 20, the 50, and the 200-day moving average. 2 weeks ago, we actually went and tested that 20-day moving average right here. But right now, we're on our way to what I would say is a small resistance right here, $280 We were there March 2022 for 2 weeks. We failed there, and then that's when everything went south. Could this be a big test for NVIDIA? I think it could, because I think we're right now overextended. So could be a painful way here, but I think a necessary and a healthy pullback. Does that mean that shouldn't touch NVIDIA anymore? I think if you have a position in NVIDIA, maybe let it ride for now. Let's see what happens in the coming weeks. If you have no position in NVIDIA, wait for a red day. I always prefer to buy on a red day than on a green day, and especially when a stock like this has gone up extremely fast in a short period of time. I'd rather have a red day, or maybe even a red-ish week like we had here at the beginning of March. But still, NVIDIA, throughout the videos that I covered, it's an amazing, amazing company. It's probably going to be worth trillions of dollars in the future. When will that happen? I don't know. But with the amount of technology releases that they're announcing recently, it's pretty difficult to bet against this company. But again, it's not cheap at all. And so that will be it for this video. Of course, do share your thoughts down in the comments below. Don't forget to grade the cats if you want. They're going to pop up again on the screen right here. Put your answers down in the comments below. If you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.